All right, let's just jump right into this explainer. Today we're unpacking some absolutely explosive claims made by tech founder Kyle McLean Smith. We're talking about a narrative that literally links the microscopic math inside our computer chips directly to global warfare. It's a highly complex, fascinating story, sourced from internal transcripts and presentations, and it involves alleged intellectual property theft, weaponized artificial intelligence, and the really severe consequences of running our digital world without any forensic accountability.
Here is our roadmap for today. First, the deterministic tech innovation. Second, the frontier tower theft. Third, weaponizing agentic technologies. Fourth, the bombing of Iran. And finally, accelerating World War III.
Okay, starting with Section 1, the deterministic tech innovation, fixing the flaw in modern computer.
So, Smith's core technological argument is actually pretty straightforward. Modern computers rely heavily on what are called floating point units, or FPUs. Now, think of an FPU like a gambler. They rely on mathematical approximations to process information quickly, which basically creates a completely untraceable black box. His innovation? Well, he built systems using arithmetic logic units, or ALUs. These act more like a surveyor. The math is absolute, exact, and completely forensically accountable, with zero guessing.
To put the scale of this vulnerability into perspective, Smith claims a staggering 85% of massive server farms currently rely on this non-forensic, vulnerable FPU math. Think about that for a second. That means the vast majority of our digital infrastructure, from financial ledgers to complex AI algorithms, is built on a shaky foundation of approximation. By inventing a way to bypass this, Smith asserts he created a system of absolute, undeniable certainty.
Now you might be wondering, how on earth does a dense, underlying flaw in computer architecture escalate all the way to global warfare, right? I mean, if a better, more secure method was invented, why didn't it just peacefully replace the old system? Well, according to the sources, the answer comes down to human nature, state-level power dynamics, and the immense, undeniable value of the technology itself.
Which brings us to Section 2, the frontier tower theft, the catalyst for chaos.
The sources lay out a really specific timeline here. It traces this agentic technology from years of R&D straight to day zero, which centers around a massive alleged theft at an event or location referred to as Frontier Tower. Smith claims he shared his paradigm-shifting discoveries there, fully expecting collaboration. Instead, he alleges he was hit with a massive rug pull. Powerful actors essentially stole the underlying concepts of his fractional and agentic AI technologies, but, and this is key, they completely discarded the vital safety protocols he had engineered into them. This quickly set the stage for subsequent months of geopolitical weaponization.
Smith alleges that because his deterministic discoveries were so paradigm-shifting, he became an invaluable yet highly vulnerable asset to powerful entities operating with a scofflaw mindset. The source material outlines what you'd call a classic black swan pattern. His mathematical discoveries were so exceptional that entities who prioritize rapid deployment over human safety saw an immediate opportunity. They wanted all the incredible speed and capability of his AI discoveries for sure, but they intentionally stripped away the deterministic, traceable math that actually held people accountable.
Let's dive into Section 3, weaponizing agentic technologies, high torque, low traction.
So what exactly was stolen, and how was it used? According to the framework, these stolen agentic technologies operate totally without the safety of deterministic traceability. Smith explains that his ideas regarding highly efficient fractionalized AI agents were taken and forced to run on those old, flawed FPU systems, the gamblers. This created autonomous, highly capable algorithms that operate entirely in a black box, meaning literally nobody can prove exactly what the AI did or who ordered it to do so.
Smith uses a drag racing car analogy here that absolutely hits the nail on the head. He says building massive technological torque without the traction of accountability creates an incredibly dangerous mechanism. He explains that these AI providers built amazing torque machines, super fast, super powerful algorithms, but without the deterministic math providing that essential traction, the metaphorical tires just spin out of control. When you deploy this kind of untraceable high-torque AI into high-stakes environments, the consequences, according to Smith, are disastrous.
This takes us to a very heavy part of the explainer. Section 4, the bombing of Iran, from code to casualties. Now, this is where the claims cross from the digital realm into severe, macroscopic geopolitical conflict. We're impartially reporting Smith's exact explosive words here. He claims that the rug pull of this specific technology at Frontier Tower was a direct catalyst for geopolitical violence in the Middle East. He alleges that intelligence agencies immediately weaponized his insights into fractional AI agents, which then directly escalated global tensions and facilitated active combat operations.
The sources explicitly state that this weaponized framework directly facilitated bombings in Iran, leading to tragic, highly specific casualties. Smith describes this as the direct consequence of stripping away forensic accountability. When military or intelligence operations utilize untraceable FPV-based AI systems to make targeting or strategic decisions, the result is horrific collateral damage that simply cannot be forensically traced back to a specific human decision-maker. For him, this is the ultimate tragic manifestation of that scofflaw mindset.
Finally, Section 5, Accelerating World War III, the Global Fallout. Smith alleges that deploying this stolen, non-deterministic tech without any guardrails is quite literally accelerating what he identifies as the onset of World War III. And he points out it isn't just happening in physical war zones. This unaccountable tech is deeply embedded in our critical infrastructure and financial systems too. He notes the severe disruption of global stock market wealth and warns that this culture, one that prioritizes moving fast and breaking things over human accountability, is turning our entire digital landscape into a volatile front line.
So let's map out this whole butterfly effect, because you can trace it directly step by step. It starts with a fundamental mathematical flaw that is actively ignored by industries prioritizing speed. The solution is developed, but then allegedly stolen at Frontier Tower. That IP is then weaponized by unaccountable state actors, which ultimately leads to devastating real-world casualties and accelerates us all toward a global, catastrophic conflict.
So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought regarding the absolute necessity of accountability in our digital age. If these allegations are accurate, and our most critical systems, from financial ledgers to autonomous military agents, are operating in a totally untraceable black box, we really have to ask ourselves, are we comfortable living in a world where technology dictates our fate, but literally no one can be held responsible for the outcome? It's a heavy question for sure, and one that demands our immediate attention. Thanks for joining me on this explainer today, and remember to keep questioning the systems around you.